Alrighty, welcome back. Alright, let's go ahead and get in here. Sorry for a bit of a late start. A crazy day with the kids, but here we are. Don't have to get up early in the morning, though. I still have to get up, like, reasonable. I can't get up at, like, 2 p.m. But I should still be able to play a couple games. Maybe 3 games. I don't know. We'll see. 2 or 3 games, depending on how fast it goes. I was kind of tired, but now I got something to eat. Drinking a little tea. Got my honey. Got my sous vide honey. Hashtag sponsored. No, it's not sponsored, but it is pretty good. It's one of the only, like, honey, you gotta look and make sure that it says, like, all from USA. Honey's another one of those things, kind of like we were talking about olive oil yesterday, where people will just fill it with bullshit, you know, just try to sneak in some high fructose corn syrup or whatever into it. So I would not trust it unless it's all 100% US. Again, US food is questionable enough with everything going on, but at least there, if something like that gets uncovered where somebody's doing that type of stuff, I believe there would probably be lawsuits or something, versus like internationally, if somebody gets caught like adulterating their, you know, food product, what are you going to do? Like, you're probably not going to be able to sue them. I don't know. It just feels like there are less consequences for cheating on stuff. Getting a good workout. Not today, man. I didn't work out today. I worked out yesterday, and it was kind of wimpy. I have not had consistently good workouts for like a week, because my wife's been out of town. I just haven't been able to figure out how to deal with it with the kids. I know the FDA is a joke, but I just feel like if someone is marketing something, I don't know. Again, maybe that's false claims, but I feel like in the US, if you're saying something is 100% honey or it's honey and it's not, and that gets found out, I think that could potentially open up for lawsuits. Same thing with olive oil. I just think it's like more likely that you're getting the food that they're telling you that you're getting, at least. Dad muscles. Yeah, exactly. Again, like, could you get scammed? Probably. But I just feel like you're a lot less likely to get scammed. If it's traceable, like, one location in the US for olive oil, versus some places you look and it's like sourced from 5 different countries all around the place, and it's like, you know, it may not even be olives, it might be rancid, you know, there's just a lot of bad stuff. And it's the same thing with honey. Like, there are some places, even some that are like bottled in the US that you see, but then they got it from India or Brazil or something. This was the only one, Subi is the only one in Kroger that I could find that says all of the bees are, like, all of the honey is created, like, all parts of the process are US. Also, you're supporting US farmers and US workers and things like that, which is nice. And it is a premium. You know, most of the stuff that, like, the cheaper stuff is probably the stuff that's cut with things. Which, I don't know. I mean, if it's just for the flavor, it's probably close enough, right? Unless you're a huge foodie. But, you know, for the health benefits and for supporting American farmers and things like that, I try to do it. I also try to get the fruit from here, because you don't know what kind of pesticides they're using. They could still be using DDT and stuff, you know, in some of these third world countries. Again, US, I'm sure all the pesticides we use and other things are not perfect for your health. But at least, again, there are some investigations into those things, and there are lawsuits that are on the table if you're doing shit that is like really toxic. Versus, you know, you're getting your vegetables from, you know, some third world country. There's probably almost no oversight. Fuck, I should have banned Brand. Ugh, so annoying. That's who I had been banning. I'm gonna try Recon, I guess.
Let's dance.
Just because if I go in, especially Galio, their team is so obnoxious. If I go in and Galio ults, I need to be able to get out. Nah, I definitely don't want to play Seraphine into Talon. I tried Seraphine. I have to play Engage champs. Is my TV or my big screen like off? I can't tell if it's like slightly tilted or not. Okay. It's probably fine. No goat tonight. I don't know. Definitely not all time. Well, now I've got myself. It's like that thing where you see a picture on the wall and then you're like, is that a little crooked? And then you touch it and it's like, well, maybe it wasn't, but now it looks crooked. Wait, who's the GOAT? Jason? Jason's on, but I think he's in games. Oh yeah, Brand Jungle Galio support. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. We're gonna have to go Mercs here, I think, which I don't like. Well, do we? Conquer? That's not right, is it? I mean, what would he get instead if he's jungle? Because each burn doesn't trigger it, right? You have to hit with different spells, I'm pretty sure. And ranged champions only gain 1 stack per. Surely it's like Electrocute or Harvest, right? No, it's got to be Dark Harvest, right? Oh, Soraka, the GOAT. Gotcha. Conqueror's normal? How does he get it stacked? Is it every burn tick triggers it? Does it say hitting a spell or dealing damage with spells? That deal damage. Basic attacks or spells that deal damage. Okay, maybe the different stacks. I mean, I could see Zyra if Zyra's plants. I guess it's kind of a similar concept. If I go in and he just, like, punches me, I'm probably in trouble. Okay, yeah, she's gonna get she got that last one, but we're very, very minimally ahead. Ashe is like not close enough for me to. Maybe it can. Are you fucking kidding me? That dude got away with 1 HP. That's the luckiest fucking shit. I should have just... Really? And of course Talon roams down, like, level 3. Alright. I guess I should have flashed. Can't believe she still had Conquer after all that. Galio, I thought I was going to kill Galio with that last hit. Like, he literally had 5 HP. There's no way it was that calculated. Because I was ready for him to flash, and I was going to flash after him. Then I thought I killed him with the last one, and he got just enough distance. Man. I didn't think he'd get away with punching her. I guess that makes sense. I would assume she would flash since that stun's like a 2-second charge. Or the taunt is. If she flashed it, we probably could have traded flashes. Galio would have had to flash out of it. If she was sitting there like busting him the whole time. I guess she thought there just wasn't enough threat on her. Why would you not throw it the entire distance? If you're Ashe, like, why would you stop it right here? I guess just so it explodes or something. But then you're not seeing wolves. I'm feeling this guy maybe doesn't play Ashe a lot. That solo top? We don't have prio. I guess we got prio mid, sort of. Annoying.
I think they underestimate my charm. How is that even possible?
Really? They're really backing up there. How? Like, they don't even have vision. Help me clear this. Help me clear this. I swear to God, if Galio's sitting here. Okay. He seriously catches me the last millisecond with my W, like, going over this wall. Dude. Like a freaking pixel. Alright.
Why is it taking so long?
Alright, we gotta get something here. This is like a game of pixels, this game, and it's really frustrating. So I should have been able to get away. He, like, walks away like he's not gonna do anything. And then he somehow justice punches and, like, just barely clips me with it. Ashe, of course, is not... I mean, I knew Ashe wasn't over there helping me, though. I was going to back up before the last hit because I thought he was going to pressure, but then he turned around like he wasn't. This guy's either like a challenger with the calculations or like the luckiest person I've played against in a while. Just like barely inching everything. I don't have anything, man. I'm really surprised. Oh, Misfortune doesn't have the mana to ult there. I say I'm surprised Misfortune is sitting back up out of tower range and ult, but who's building Try?
Forgot why I'm here.
Can't believe I got that. I thought I was gonna get inched out again.
I'm gonna tear this place up.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh yeah, Orianna did get a little bit of a buff. In this patch, what, her Q got an extra...
Ready for
Was it a 0.1 or 0.5? It's probably a 0.5 extra damage, but... I think a lot of Ori's max Q. Sometimes they max W. Jesus. No. Galio, of course, just walks. Man, I'm just getting punked so hard this game. Of course, walks right around the edge as soon as I go in. I mean, that's the least weird of all the coincidences that have, like, popped up here, but... But it's still obnoxious.
I don't need anything.
Come on, Ash, you gotta hit those, buddy. Getting pumped. I was gonna say punked, but yeah. Maybe. Probably getting pumped. This Misfortune, like, they're both, like, just out of position enough, or, like, often enough to where it's, like, believable to get baited.
I got a cause I got. That's
Ah, shit. Brand is covering, of course. Are they coming out for a dive? Bro, are you serious? I mean, I guess Dragon is coming up.
should I be? Yeah, I should be probably running.
That's a cannon wave. I think I have to stay. I don't know where Brand went. Of course, he's fucking here. No way, this clown fucking gets away with that? No, Warwick kills him, right? Please tell me he gets him. He's not going to. Jesus Christ. Alright.
I can't wait
An
to see
ally
what
has
I can
been
do.
slain.
Guess I should have R'd as soon as I saw him.
Promises.
Galio's there.
An ally has been slain.
Right way.
Has been slain.
Okay. Finally, they get punished for bullshit.
They're scared of darkness. They're scared of magic. They are scared of where I'm from.
Man, I don't mean to get political, but well, I don't know. I'm not like a full expert on the topic, but I think the U.S.'s position throughout this entire thing is to try to de-escalate and to try to get a ceasefire. I mean, that's pretty much what everybody wants except for Israel. So, I don't think that's necessarily inaccurate, but I don't think she's going to be able to get it done. I don't think Trump's going to be able to get it done either. I think this war is going to go on for a long time, and I think that it's going to heat up. Maybe not official declarations of war, but all the little, like, Iran proxies and shit are just going to keep attacking and antagonizing. So I don't doubt that that's what she wants. I think that's what Biden wants too. I think that's what pretty much almost anybody wants, right? Is a de-escalation. But it is what it is. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can also see what like Israel's thinking. They're like, hey man, if we don't, like, if you back down now and you haven't fully taken out Hamas, like, then they're just going to keep hitting you with more and more bold terrorist attacks if they think they can get away with it. So, I mean, the problem is, like, you need to take out the leadership and get them to, like, regime change, but just, you know, state building in that part of the world is just almost impossible unless it's Saudi Arabia or Iran is, like, under control, I guess. Right? Now, that's kind of a, you know, not great, kind of a force of evil control, but it's control. But Saudi Arabia is probably the best of the bunch in that area. I mean, I know people have beef with Saudi Arabia for various things, but especially compared to everyone else in that area, it's a lot better. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. That's why they're always fighting, is because they're not the same. I guess like fighting Israel is a different thing, but like, yeah, those Muslim groups fight each other like more than they fight Americanized version. Oh my god, if this motherfucker gets away again. Okay. Oh my god. Really? Okay, well I guess he kills me instead of Oriana. Oh my god, he's so fed. But yeah, it's like, I mean, how do you get... You're not gonna... Israel's never gonna make Palestine a state. Especially after they attacked, right? I think maybe there's a world where before they attack, their initial big attack, where you maybe could have negotiated something where they give you the coast, maybe. Or maybe you could get that inland place that's like on the border. We just do no damage. Forgot that, because there's like, the geography is just so crazy looking. Like, there's the coastal stuff, which is kind of what's under attack now, and then there's the stuff off to the upper right, which I think is run by different people, but that's still like Palestinians. Palestine, or like, Israel maybe would have been willing to give up one of those places in exchange for something, right? But now, I would say there's no way they're ever going to go for it. Well, yeah, I mean, they both had it for long periods of time. No way. Nobody's there. Get out of here, dude. Give me that. I mean, this is their jungle now, so I gotta get rid of the blast cone.
Time to get it started.
Well, it's just like that entire region, even if it wasn't like a specific religion in that region, it just has pretty much no resources. I mean, it's got oil. Some places do, right? But doesn't have a lot of food, and then there's just like not a lot of education, not a lot of infrastructure, not a lot of places where you can build things. It's pretty far away from most other places. And it was very prosperous back in the day for its trade routes, when people had to go by land. For the trade routes, and then you just sort of went through there, right? But once people could navigate around it, and it was easier to go by sea, then they kind of lost the best thing that they had going for them, which is they were right in the middle of everything. Everyone had to go through them. So their geography used to be a benefit, now it's, you know, not. Man. I get both carries knocked up, we still can't do anything. So yeah, it's just like, it's just so bad. It's just so hard to build. I mean, we saw in Afghanistan, it's like no matter how much money you throw at it, people are just going to be hiding in the mountains, or hiding in the desert dunes, or hiding under hospitals and hidden tunnels, or wherever the fuck. There's going to be all these, like, you know, bad actors. And they're just never going to give up. Alright, well, at least we killed somebody there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the whole build-up. But, yeah, but anyway, like, circling back, I just think everybody kind of wants that, in theory, a ceasefire, but... And there's a lot of civilians killed, obviously, that's what people don't like, but it's... You know, these people are the... Hamas, just a bunch of cowards. Like, they just hide under hospitals and in schools, and, you know, they'll use probably kids as body shields and shit. Like, your grandmother's Lebanese. I see. That's cool. Yeah, kill this fool, man. This is so dumb. Like, everybody wants that, but like I said, Israel's not going to stop until they get every person. They're going to go into, like, they're going to have to put that place into extreme police lockdown, basically. I mean, it was already thought to be kind of in lockdown, but that's like the only way they're ever going to do a ceasefire. Unless, like, every Western country just goes, like, super hard in the paint and turns their back on Israel, pretty much, and, even then, like, they would I don't even know if they would stop. It would take a lot. Like, you'd have to just completely cripple them. Like, Russian-style, you know, sanctions and stuff like that. Then all that's going to do is just make them really poor and unstable, and you probably get, you know, their government will destabilize, and you'll probably have a bunch of, you know, terrorist kind of groups spawn there. You'll just have one more destabilized state in the region. That's the thing, is like, Israel is one of the few places, Israel and Saudi Arabia, that are actually, like, pretty stable in the area. God, he has that many.
An ally has been slain.
Oh, okay.
Your turret has been destroyed.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, from a political standpoint with Kamala, that's like a huge problem with Democrats right now, is a bunch of people are anti anti-Israel and pro-Palestine, but
They think they can catch
on the left, on the right, you don't have that as much. People are all just pro-Israel, right? Which is kind of crazy, reversal of fortunes, but I hate Galio so much. If he becomes meta, like, I'm gonna have to ban him. We just don't have any power. But as Democrat, you have to walk this line where you still get most of the Jewish people to vote for you, because most Jewish people are historically going to be Democrats, and they skew to be a lot wealthier and influential, potentially. There's a lot of Jewish people in very powerful places. I mean, not to be, you know, whatever, Illuminati, right? I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of money, and there's a lot of, like, just sway and power in a lot of places that are Jewish people, so you really, if you're liberal, you can't lose Jewish people. So,
Sorry, dude. It took a lot longer than I thought.
it's all good. But you also have to appease the Palestine people. So just saying, like, we want to negotiate or push for a ceasefire is, you know, kind of the only thing you can say politically. If you're a Democratic candidate. So yeah, it won't happen. I mean, I don't think. Maybe you could negotiate something. You'd have to give. I mean, we're already giving Israel a lot of stuff. You'd have to be like, look, man. I don't know. You're gonna have to set up, like, again, like, massive police state lockdown all over the entire Palestine everything, and just basically allow the, you know, some kind of Secret Service, police, whatever, to constantly patrol everywhere and weed them out. Just basically special ops run your country, at least for a while. Something like that. It'd probably be preferable to carpet bombing the whole place, but maybe if the U.S. like agreed to do something like that, but I think that would still piss off a bunch of the because the pro-Palestine people want. Oh, let me switch the mode here. The pro-Palestine people, of course, want, you know, the free Palestine. Like, they want an entire state. Like, there's no way Israel gives that up. Especially, like, again, maybe there's a universe where they would have. Probably not. But before the, whenever that was, September attack, but okay. Yeah, I mean, presidents don't really control inflation.
Didn't let me change.
Okay. Like, she has to say something about it. I'm not sure what it is. Well, you have to remember, most people don't understand what inflation is, also. So, I mean, even really smart economists don't fully understand what inflation is, right? Like, it's a very, extremely complex thing. But you have to remember, like, the average person, you know, they're going to have, like, an 8th grade education. At least in English, that's what they say. You have to talk to people, like, 8th grade if you're, like, politician type of thing. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of that it is outside of the president's control, right? Most of that is Federal Reserve. As far as interest rates, and interest rates largely, that's a big part of inflation. Because so many things are pegged to the interest rate, right? Especially mortgage costs. It's a big thing. Although, ironically, you raise interest rates to try to combat inflation because the thought is people will want to buy less credit because inflation is fueled by credit, mostly. Because credit's the same thing as money at the end of the day. It buys stuff. So, when there's a bunch of easy money, when rates are low, everybody borrows a bunch of stuff and buys a bunch of stuff. And that drives demand. It has more money in circulation. But this one, once credit dries up, once they raise interest rates, then there's a lot less of that money floating around. So it's supposed to deflate prices, or at least lower the amount of acceleration in inflation. You do want some inflation in your economy because you have growing productivity, and usually you have a growing population, although that hasn't happened as much lately. But you want a little inflation, right? Like you want like 2%. Now, I mean, she can't. It would have been done because she's the VP. She doesn't control it. I mean, the president doesn't as much either. One thing Biden has done to try to lower inflation to some extent is he's using a lot of the strategic oil reserves to keep oil prices low. You can do that. I think he basically threatened a bunch of food, grocery stores, Kroger and stuff, to lower their prices. He's like, look, man, lower these prices or else. Basically, we're going to pass some legislation to fuck you up, one way or another. And they brought down some of their prices off of that. But they really don't have a lot of mechanisms. So much of it is the Federal Reserve. I guess the Treasury does. They choose how many, bills. But that's Congress, though, because Congress passes the budget. The president doesn't, he signs it. But, oh, God, I got mid. Jesus Christ. All right. I know.
I mean, we can always switch if we need to.
1 out of 100. Well, I'm not good at bottom either. I mean, it is it is flex, but I'll just dodge and get on the other account. It's fine.
That's hilarious. I gotta pee anyway, so I worked out perfect.
Okay, sure.
I'll be back.
All right. So again, I'm not expert on it, but really most you can hire the chairman of the Federal Reserve, but Jerome Powell is not. I mean, he's going to expire in 2026, I think, because Trump already said he would fire him because he raised rates and Trump didn't want him to do that. You can. I mean, you can try to get, because it's Congress who controls a lot of this stuff. Not a good bottom. Gotta be top, man. I'm always a support. You gotta be flexible. You gotta be a switch hitter, Just whatever the team needs, I'm willing to step in and make it happen. Depends on the team you're assembling. Yeah, well, I don't know what the federal minimum wage is, but you basically, you don't really need to raise the minimum wage right now because you can't get people to work those jobs anyways for less than $15 an hour. And most of them, especially if it's some kind of manual, intensive labor job, it's going to be 18 to 20. There's no way anybody's getting paid $7.25 at a real job. I don't think it would hurt to raise minimum wage because, again, the minimum wage is far below what people actually get paid right now. I think. I mean, who the hell, I see Kroger hiring for, I don't even know, it's at least 12 or 14 at Kroger. I've seen Smoothie King hiring for 17 or something, plus benefits, plus all this stuff. Yep. Lobbying. I mean, we need to crack down on that in general in this country. I think there needs to be a cap, a big cap on how much people can donate, especially corporations. But the thing is, they have all these shells, they have all these overseas crap and all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe there should, because then I was gonna say, well, you could limit it. You could create a top end, your campaign cannot spend more than X amount. But then people would just run these super PACs, or they already do that, where it's it's not the official campaign of the candidate. It's just other people that want to say good things about them. Like, there's all these loopholes and crap. But it feels like, yeah, there should be some limits to that. Give the old reach round. Hey, there's a lot of support you can do, man. Sometimes you got to be a tank. Sometimes you got to be the DPS. Sometimes you just got to squeegee off the rubber sheets. I don't know. I haven't watched too many of her speeches, so I don't know the specifics, but I think that in general, it's... I mean, you got to say something about the economy. A lot of people... Whoever the sitting president is going to get blamed for whatever happens in the economy. So that's obviously... I think that's the biggest thing. If you're a Republican, that's what I would be attacking most, is the economy. I don't know if you even want to spend... Like, you have to say something to try to defend it, but I think you have to try to make the election about something else if you're a Democrat. Again, I don't necessarily think that it was Biden that did a lot of it, right? As Federal Reserve. I mean, most of it is just COVID, right? Like, we just basically threw whatever, the $5 trillion into the economy and all this aid. And was it overdone? Should we have not given everybody $300 checks or $1,000 checks or whatever the number was? Yeah, we probably shouldn't, but, you know, we didn't know what the hell was happening. We hadn't been hit with something like that in 100 years. So, I think... Well, Trump was the one who did that, right? Trump is the one who passed a lot of that, like, money and the COVID and the masking and all that stuff was under Trump's watch, technically. But I think Biden or any president would have done the same. So I don't think that was really, like, a presidential thing. But somebody's got to pay those bills eventually. Also, supply chain disruption was massive. People forget about that. Like, because of COVID and heightened political tensions with China right now, a lot of people are moving away from China. So that makes stuff more expensive because you're having other places make it that's not China, and you have to reroute all of your ships, your docks. Like, you have to change all these freaking supply chains around all over the place. And I think that's a big contributor to it, too. I swear to God, if this guy walks stretch top... He's trolling.
Wait, 100% was trolling.
Yeah, I mean, both of them... There's a lot of problems with the major parties. It'd be nice if there could be, you know, more parties or smaller parties that are viable, but it's not happening because of the money stuff we talked about earlier. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there definitely are some problematic things going on. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it'll be a close election. I thought her VP pick was curious. I thought she would go with the Pennsylvania governor. So, by most accounts, he's very good. He's kind of beloved in Pennsylvania on all fronts. I don't know exactly why, but people were saying there were some kind of disasters or some shit that he dealt with really well. And, like, Democrats have to win Pennsylvania. If you lose Pennsylvania, you pretty much lose the election. Like, it's the most important place. That's thought to be up for grabs. It's like 30 electoral votes or something crazy. It's a lot. Emilio. I guess I'll just I need to practice Braum.
The heart is this
We kinda need a tank.
muscle.
Well, but I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not a political strategist. I don't know him. Like, maybe he's extremely well-spoken. Maybe the Pennsylvania guy didn't want it. I mean, dude, state, Minnesota or whatever, I think is technically flip. But it's not nearly as influential. But I don't know. He does have kind of a... What I've heard, he's a folksy, blue-collar, like, working class kind of dude that's a Democrat. And those are the kind of, like, people that you need to try to pull over. The working class people are the people that you need to be pulling over, I think. Now, Biden did try to bring back a lot of manufacturing jobs and other stuff like that, and farming jobs. I don't know how well he did with that, but I know that was a message, and that was something he was trying to do. So maybe Kamala will try to follow up with that, and maybe that's why they have him, to appeal to, you know, your union auto worker people. Of course, they're probably going to be Democrat anyways, but I don't know. He seems very folksy, and maybe that's what they wanted. Because I don't think she's very folksy. She seems, she doesn't seem like super elitist either. I feel like Hillary lost the election because she was just so cocky and elitist. Like, her basket of deplorables statement, I think that almost single-handedly lost her in 2016. Like, you just can't insult working class people and expect to win, especially the Democratic ticket. So I think Kamala is a little more chill, but she still feels aristocratic to some extent. I don't know, like, all of her background, but she's almost like Obama-esque, where it's like sort of connecting with people. She's not as cool as Obama. But can, like, kind of connect with people. But I think getting, like, a folksy person, because I think he goes hunting, like, he served in the military. Like, I think he's relatable for kind of your people in, like, small towns.
Let us go.
So maybe they're thinking, like, he can get Minnesota for him. I mean, the governor there is going to support Kamala anyways. Obama could complete a sentence. So I don't know about her oration. I haven't listened to a speech of hers. What I've seen, maybe she had a bad speech, but she tore, God, who was that? Yeah, he just clears it. It doesn't matter. He's going to clear it.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that, too.
Sometimes icy heart just needs warm smile.
She was investigating somebody. It's like a famous... Oh, it was the Supreme Court guy, I'm pretty sure. I think she investigated several people in different roles when she was a senator person. And she was pretty damn good at that. I mean, she was like... Was she the AG? She was like the head prosecutor in California. I mean, I think she knows how to probably, you know, argue and talk in public. But, again, she may have had a good speech. Or not a bad speech. But... it'll be interesting for sure.
No time for worrying. Three.
I need to do that more often. It's like, use my shield to pressure people off of cannons. You can even do that under tower. It's a little risky, but if I throw up my shield and I have my W, they don't have that much kill pressure. I can walk up and shield them. Too old and soft for political conversation.
You are safe.
I don't know. The 2025 plan, I think Trump is trying to distance himself a little bit from that, but some people are calling his plan like he wants some of it. But some of it I just don't understand politically, like... I think part of it is like trying to cut Medicare and Medicaid. I'm like, that's not a winning argument, man, for old people. And a lot of Republicans are old people. That's like historically how it's skewed, so I mean, it's like, you need to trim it back. I do think it's something that needs to be done. I just don't think it's a politically good idea to try to do that during a super tight election cycle. Or just say you're going to do it. Like, who's running on that other than, like, maybe young Republican people, maybe, are just like, oh, we need to cut Medicare, Medicaid. Oh my god. Did he get that? I think he got it. I didn't even think about him hitting it with his little ball. Like, maybe Ben Shapiro or something. But it's like, bruh, like, a lot of your voters are 65 plus, man, or they're getting close. I don't think that's a hill you want to die on. And they're just like, I get they're like anti, you know, woke stuff, quote unquote, but they're like also anti-porn, like pretty hard, and anti-divorce. Like, they don't want people to be able to get divorced. They want to like outlaw all porn. I'm like, there's a lot of people, probably Republicans, that watch porn, man. I don't know if that's the play, but especially, like, trying to get rid of divorce also seems like an odd, like, thing. End of no-fault divorce. I'm not sure exactly what... Yeah, no, you had to flash. I think that was good. Yeah. I mean, I get some Christian values, but... like, you gotta have some of that in there, if you're a Republican, but... yeah, some of it just seems kind of odd. I mean, one thing that I've kind of not understood, like, you kind of want some Christian values, but at the same time, it's like... just... like, if you're all about God and Christian values, just let God judge them. Right? If that's your worldview, and it's like, they're doing stuff that you find to be immoral, like getting divorces or watching porn, it's like, you think there isn't that what hell is supposed to be? I mean, I don't know. Like, if you're a Christian thing, you think that's bad, like, you know, God's probably got you on that. I don't know. I guess it depends on how fatalist people want to be about it. But die on that. This feels like, especially if you're trying to appeal to moderates, I mean, no one's gonna come out and defend porn, right? No one's gonna say, yeah, porn's awesome, right? But like, there's gonna be a lot of people that secretly will be like, I don't know. Especially younger people, I feel like. You got a lot of, I mean, again, there's a lot of different demographics and a lot of people that watch porn, right? But especially kind of your incel type of community. Like maybe you're young, alienated, socially awkward, like hardcore Trumper people. I don't know. But, I mean, he is trying to distance himself from some of that stuff, I think. The anti-woke stuff, I think, would be pretty popular with the right. But, yeah, some of it just seems a bit odd. Especially, like, the divorce thing.
You are safe with Rome.
Population control. Well, I don't think their intended purpose is, I guess it is a form of control, but it's also, like, trying to boost population. I mean, technically, we do need, like, from a practical level, we do need more people having kids. Like, especially if you're gonna, like, crack down hardcore on immigration, because the only reason that we don't have the same kind of, like, falling off a cliff demographic problems like China and places in Europe and things like that is immigration. Like, we have a bunch of immigrants coming in, you know, being more people. And usually they actually have more children too. Because it's like the wealthier you get, ironically, feels like it's the less kids you get. The better off you are economically, higher education you have, the less kids you have. I think. I'd have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that's a trend. People like women getting advanced degrees and things like that, especially like, ain't got time for kids. A lot of them. I have several friends, women that are like doctors or nurse practitioners or kind of like high-end professionals that do have kids, multiple kids, but yeah, that's exactly right, Ernest. Like when you said population control, I wasn't sure because usually when people say population control, they mean like reducing population, but it's population control in the sense of like trying to create more population. And again, I think from a practical perspective, that's true. We need more population. So I think a lot of people had it wrong. They're thinking overpopulation is going to be the problem, but it's actually underpopulation, so it can be a bigger problem. Because then you're getting all these old people,
Enemy double kill.
but no one's going to be around to like work jobs or support the old people anymore. We already can't find people to work a lot of jobs. Now AI will probably replace quite a few things. Dude, this is crazy. Like, no one's taken it back yet. We probably need to... Probably should have backed on that wave, but...
I need 70 gold and I can buy that.
Okay. So it's like, we technically need it, but I just don't think, like... I just don't think it's wise, obviously, to just, like, crush people's freedoms. I mean, rights is a strong word, but, like, basically rights. To get that outcome. You know, it'd be a better way that you could probably get more people to have kids. Subsidize fucking daycare. It's absurdly expensive. Now I know people are gonna be up in arms and throwing a shit fit because they're like, "Well, I don't have kids. Why am I paying taxes? Why is my tax money going to these daycares?" It's like, well, you want someone to be able to, you know, make your double cheeseburger, or I don't know, build buildings for you, or, you know, you want people around doing jobs you don't want to do. So the way you get people to do that is they're born. So like, you're getting a benefit out of it. I'm not saying necessarily all of it has to be free, but I think you have to have better laws for like maternity, paternity leave, like cheaper hospital, you know, cheaper to actually give birth and have kids, and like childcare, you gotta make that more affordable somehow, man, because not only does that like discourage people from having kids, but people who have kids will basically just go bankrupt a lot of the time. I'm rotating over Dragon. Here, we can get Emilio here, maybe? No, he left. Okay. I think we gotta give it... Can we? Fizz feels strong. This dude's gonna flip this. Okay, nice. There we go. But it's like, if it was subsidized, women or men or whoever could still work and not lose their work skills. And then they'd pay taxes on the money they're earning. Because if it was just like $8,000 a year for childcare instead of $20,000 or something like that, then, you know, more women could actually work, make money, pay money in taxes. I don't know. I don't have a perfect answer, but I'll tell you, that's a huge thing why people don't have kids, or have as many kids even. Because they can't afford them. Kids are a luxury item. Or, your kid's just going to be, like, massively in poverty. And that just has all kinds of higher problems. Drug use, crime, harder to get, you know, college education, stuff like that. Doing for or women just work from home. I don't know about that. I mean, if women want to do that, but that's like half the population. I don't think you really want to unemploy half the population in 2024. Like, the problem is we don't have enough people to fill these jobs. Or we're not going to have enough people at a certain point. I'm just trying to be like as practical as possible, not even considering, you know, things like rights. I think I can get in here. I know. It's rough. Alright.
Let's show our friends that
Oh, okay. I don't know what he was doing.
Shut down.
Okay, we're getting some shutdowns.
sometimes
We get one more.
just
Zach could roll up. Oh, shit. Okay. Stun. Okay. Alright, let's back it up. I don't know. It's all very complex, but if you want more kids, if that's the goal, and I don't necessarily think that's the goal of that 2025 stuff that's banning divorce and federal abortion and all that kind of stuff. I think it's, I don't know, I think it is more rooted in kind of this, whatever you want to call it, hyper theology. But if there is some goal of wanting more people to avert a population crisis, I think the carrot is a lot better than the stick on that. Just encourage people to have more kids by making it more affordable. So I think there are a lot of women that would like to have kids, they just can't. They can't afford it.
if you have problems, you come to me.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can stay at home if they want. You can be a stay-at-home dad. There are some of those. I knew a guy at a card shop I went to was a stay-at-home dad. There's several women I know that make more money than the men.
Shut down.
Raise minimum wage to $30 an hour and give everyone 4 weeks. 30 is a lot. I think 15 is for like super entry level jobs. 15 to 20 is probably reasonable in most places. I mean, I think the market, I don't think you need to even do the minimum really, like, do too much to it, because I think the market's already forcing companies to do that. Alright, run, run, run.
With my technique, killing blooms into artwork. The darker the
I mean, I think a lot of the minimum wage was for, like, really young workers for a while there, or immigrants or whatever, like... Fizz? Okay, Fizz did go back middle. So they don't get exploited. People who don't have any bargaining power. But, like, young people and immigrants have a lot of bargaining power right now. At least young people do. And I think if you're an immigrant and you're trying to work in construction... Man, there's such a massive shortage. It is so expensive to like get anything constructed. There's such a huge wait list for it. Like, we were trying to get, these, like, people that, these pike people that have, basically, there's some construction people working on utilities, and they cracked part of our driveway, and my wife and I are just like, we don't care that much, but maybe we get a couple $100 out of it, so, you know, we complain to the main guy. We're like, hey, y'all cracked this. And he's like, okay, we'll repair it. And then they were gonna just, they just, like, destroyed part of the driveway and just completely rebuilt it. Just, like, super expensive. We didn't intend for them to do that, but we're like, well, if they're gonna do it, I mean, she might double kill us. I don't know. I've almost got my ult back, but anyways, they're like, yeah, so we'll do it, but it's gonna take us like a couple of months because we can't get a crew. Like, we can't get a crew of people to come do this because just everybody's booked everywhere.
Even the heaviest can be opened.
Well, whatever. I'll just go ahead and get that. I'll try it out. I need to get non-brown boots soon. Can't keep up in Canada. I don't know. What's his name was really big on New Zealand. Scott. From back in the day. I don't even need to back up. We're probably about to get bumped here. I need to get better vision.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
You are safe with Bro.
Now that is what I want to see.
Damn, what's my move speed? I feel pretty fast. 429 with brown boots?
The face of your kingdom is identical.
Do I just not even get the boot upgrade? If you go double speed items? I guess in combat it's gonna be slower.
I wonder what's around next corner.
Okay. I don't know if we can kill Fizz. We can try. He's probably gonna wait in a bush on you. Yeah, don't step up. Don't step up. Just rotate back middle. It's fine. See if I can get him here. Get a little shield. Oh, what? A TP? Why? Man, that was rough. Alright, so we need to... Damn it, they're just gonna split us out.
Mother always said,
So obnoxious. Yeah, somebody needs to match Fifi.
fight like rat.
Oh, she's gonna get that.
Has been destroyed.
Yeah, Maokai hopefully can hold her for a little bit, but... Really gotta have Corky on her. Can't get him, I don't think. Maybe we get him if he walks through here, right here. I got exhaust. Shit, of course.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Hey, be careful there. I'm gonna rotate over here. Well. Okay. It's fucking annoying. He's winning every freaking smite fight.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy rampage.
Please kill that thing. Okay, yeah, I need boots. I'm too slow. Alright. Let's get Ionians, I guess. Ha! Well, I got a bunch of people talking. Various political topics. What is my speed? 448. What was it before I bought these? Flanking.
Oh, finish.
Finish him. You should get resets on Braum if you kill people with your ult.
Oh my god, I agree.
Yo, can we do... Who's bottom? Fiora? She's probably got TP, but... We have pretty low damage. We don't have Cryo, but... Got that Baron damage, though. Alright, yeah, let's back it up. I think that's fine.
Face the crowd.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Hell, this Fiora's gonna win the game.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Wait, I thought... Oh, that was Zach over there. That was one of our people over there. Oh my god. Our damage is just so low with Ivern and Maokai.
Ally has been slain.
Oh my god. Especially with Melio, just like spamming his bullshit, like... Melio with Helia might actually be pretty nasty. So he's got, well, he has 2 charges of that shield. Is she not dead? She's got so much lifesteal. Guys, just stop arguing. This is why I never talk about politics in the chat. It's fine. I'll just let it go.
No sneaking up on Brom this time.
An ally has been slain.
Let us go.
Let's move on and talk about something else. No, I didn't put anybody in their place. I'm telling everybody to chill without trying to explicitly take a side.
Sometimes icy heart just needs
Oh, I don't even. I lost track of what y'all were talking about then. Oh, making money. Well, let's try to just not. If you guys want to talk about stuff, just don't make it personal, man. I don't know. Like, it seems pretty obvious, but okay.
no time for worrying.
That was a mistake. Not mean to blast over there. Oh, God. Just no one can kill her, really. I mean, if we get, like, really close.
Life is good, no?
God.
Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill.
Yeah, we just have like 0 damage. It's like Brawl, Maokai, and Ivern. And they have like Melio too. It's just like spamming shields on everybody. A lot of them have lifesteal. Like Zac is almost impossible to kill, but Fiora has like 2 lifesteal items and Conqueror.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Rome lives another day.
That was wrong. Well, Emilio, yes. Just want to see him die. Yeah, I mean, maybe if we had, like, Vayne or something, even then it would have still been pretty rough. But
Well,
okay, well, maybe we'll get him next time. That was a good effort.
I'll get you there.
Pretty nice. Yeah, man, I'll see you. Have a good one. Okay, well, that's got to be it for me tonight. Blame the build? For who? Jen or me? Oh, if you're saying he should have gone the lightning build or whatever, that's way less damage. Like, it has more utility in wave clear, I think, but I think Jason went the max damage build for like single target versus tanks, or like pretty close to it. Or not versus tanks, but just single target in general. IE into MR. Oh, you think that's what he should have done? Hey, thanks, Mr. Boat. I appreciate it. Okay, we'll get back in here tomorrow. Did we win? I don't even remember if we won the first game or not. I feel like we didn't. No, we lost. Yeah, I was recon and kind of just got clowned. But, anyways, okay, we should be back tomorrow night. So thank y'all very much. Have a good day, and we'll see you everybody next time.